Hello everyone, this is Daryl20 and welcome to episode 22 of Daryl20's UniversIO Let's Play series, where today I'm building a bigger reactor. Well, I mean bigger, like bigger than it was before, not bigger like, you know, the mod is called bigger. Never mind. So I'm making a reactor that's going to be larger, for sure, and that is 5x5. I want 7x7. That should be cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, and then one more over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. And we should be within a chunk boundary. Nice. Yeah, that's what I'm up to today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the plan is to hopefully generate far more RF. Now, the good news is that uranium is EMCable. So I can straight up just, like, uranium done, right? Like, literally no effort whatsoever to produce infinite amounts of uranium. So RF should basically be free for us, would be my guess, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm pretty sure I picked up all the resources I need to build this thing. And I'm not completely perfectly theory crafting my reactor, mostly because uranium, as aforementioned, is completely free, right? Like, there's no reason to like min-max the perfect efficiency when you have literally an unlimited amount of fuel. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of wing it. At least that's the plan. We'll see what happens. That should be cool. Okay. Oh, you can't tell which one's which from underneath. Bummer. That's all right. You can see it with the lookup thingy. So, actually, no, wrong ones. That's supposed to be this. So I'm going to use diamond blocks as the moderators in the reactor. Yeah, I briefly looked at the website just to see like what all the different moderator options are, and diamond seemed like the most efficient one available, considering, you know, what has EMC and all that, what's in the pack, yada yada. You know, there's a lot of blocks and resources and whatnot that are not in the pack. So diamond seemed fine. That should be cool. Missed one. Aha. Yeah, this is not easy to build, but that's okay. Is that pretty good? I feel like that's pretty good. And then we can do this. This is how I'll do this. Is that cool? So this is a 5x5 internal, aka how am I? Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, how am I short one? And then I remembered I had 65 of them, which is what I needed, so that's cool. So there's a 5x5 internal, 7x7 external. We will throw down our reactor terminal here. I wouldn't mind getting some glass. So if this is 5x5 on each side, right? Then that's 25 times 4 is 100, right? Reactor glass. That sounds about right. So that shouldn't be a problem. And then we're also going to want access ports times 2. Oh, we need another piston, huh? I can just make one of those by hand for now. And then we'll remember to add pistons to the automation list. Man, it's times like this where I miss building gadgets. Cool. And then also don't forget we're going to need the, not the redstone port. What's the energy port? Did I forget to teach you how to make that? Computer port, redstone port, access port, reactor terminal, control rods, coolant, power tap. There we go. That's what we're going to need, a power tap. I think I'll stick that one right there. And then if I wanted to, I could have a flux point, maybe? I should probably consider adding these to the to-do list for auto crafting. Well, that might be easier said than done just now. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we're going to need more ender pearls. That's going to be a thing we're going to have to automate today. Today's definitely going to be a continuation of automate all the things. But priority one for me was getting more RF. Cool, so now you're done. And now we're going to immediately break you so that we can replace these two. So you're going to be input. And then you're going to be output waste. Cool. Excellent. Now, what I'm thinking is let's do a couple things. First off, let's teach you how to make energy condensers. Okay. So energy condensers have an EMC value, so I don't need to teach you how to make energy condensers. All I'm going to do is make an energy condenser. So I'm going to get an alchemical chest, which we already know how to get. Do we have an energy condenser, actually? We already have the Mark 1 condenser. Sweet. So now we just need to upgrade him to the Mark 2 condenser. Teach you how to make one of those. And then if I got something like very, very pricey, right? Something worth like, I don't know. Well, 22 million seems like a lot. We could just go with something worth like, I don't know, let's start with like a stack of Eternalist fuel blocks, right? That stack is worth 1.76. Now, a stack of uranium, that's 1,000 per, so that shouldn't be too bad, right? So I now target uranium in the energy condenser, and then if I throw Eternalist fuel blocks in there, look at all the uranium I get. Not too shabby. Cool. And then what I can do is use UniversIO. Oh, good, we can craft that. I have my laser card holder thingy here. I do actually. Good. So on the down will be an extract. And on the opposite side of you will be an insert. And then you should be... Interesting. Those uranium blocks don't have a breaking particle. There we go. Sweet. Fuel's going in. Nice. You can even see the fuel filling up, which is super cool. See, I knew it was a good idea to put glass on there. That's neato. All right. Now, if I wanted more things, right, like I could snag something that was like, you know, a whole lot more EMC. You know, why not this 22.5 million thing? Sure, why not? Boom. Now we have lots more EMC ready to turn, you know, into uranium, which is cool. Now, how much RF a tick do you think we're getting here? Let's find out. Not too shabby. Right in the 37,000 RF a tick range. So what I'm going to do is actually chill that out. Now, can I make all these rods inserted at the same time? Alt, apply to all rods. Okay, cool. So now all rods should be inserted by 50%, right? See how they're all 50%? Sweet. So now if I toggle that on, you're generating quite a lot of RF per tick still. How about 80% fuel rod insert? My goodness. 1.8 millibuckets per tick. 0.8 millibuckets per tick. Not too shabby, really. And we're still getting 20,000 RF per tick. All right. So we'll let that shut down for a sec. That'll do for now, I think. Right? That's a sufficient bit of power gen. I wouldn't mind some kind of power storage, though I feel like that might be a little bit much. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm not sure. So if we're talking about, I'm assuming flux is where we want to be, and none of this has EMC, right? Correct. Flux controller. Yeah, I'd like something like this, but I feel like that's a lot of effort to make. We're gonna have to program a lot of this stuff in. Obsidian's not a problem. Flux won't be too much of a problem, though it's a little bit slow. It's really those Eyes of Ender and Ender Pearls that are a hassle to make. But we could start working on the automation of this, and I think that would probably be smart. So what I'll do for now, let's take a look at these Redstone ports. Bigger reactors, Redstone port. I'm just curious what you can do over here, Chief. So if I were to have this here, what can you do? Oh my goodness. Change reactor status, change control rod, eject waste. Ow. Rude. You know, I slept through the night so that there would be no creepers. And now you're all being rude about stuff. Alright. Fuel, casing, fuel enrichment, waste amount, output, stored. Is output energy? Fuel, casing temperature, fuel enrichment, fuel amount, waste amount, output stored. Okay. Toggle waste ejection. Toggle trigger type. While above or below, output a signal when above or below. Is there anything for RF storage on here? Because I don't know. I don't see anything. I was hoping to be like, hey, if your RF is a certain amount kind of deal. Now that said, LaserIO might be able to handle this for me. That's definitely possible. That could be cool. There. Now everything should be nice and fancy-ish. Now if I go to the opposite side of this, which is west, if we threw a sensor card in there and we said like 50%, right? And then you emit on channel 0. And then on the down, we had an output on channel 0. See how the light's on? The LaserIO might be able to handle this for us. I rarely use the sensor capabilities of LaserIO energy, but that's kind of cool. So if I got another reactor power tap now, are there trash cans for energy? There are. Hooray. Do you auto-eject your power? You probably do, because look, the light turned off. Aha. Aha, ha, 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 ha. Okay, so look, now reactor online, okay, and he's going to start filling up. And as soon as we hit the 50% threshold, he should emit a redstone signal, right? So LaserIO can definitely read the internal buffer of RF storage. So we can use that to toggle on and off the reactor as needed, right? That could be cool. That could be cool. Is there any kind of logical kind of thing? See, the light just turned on, right? And that's because we just hit The reactor turning on. Okay. So now, in total fairness, do I care if I waste uranium? No. I mean, we recently just said that we have unlimited uranium, right? But also, Dire likes automating things, and this sounds like fun to me. So I think I'm just going to do it. Now you, sir, change reactor status. On pulse, toggle whether the reactor is on or off. On signal, when redstone is applied, the reactor is active. So that's what we want. On signal, and check, right? So now if we come over here and we give you a lever, boom, reactor should be online now, producing power. Boom, is offline now, no more power, right? So now we just set up a simple toggle gate of some kind, right? Where we're gonna say, so give me one more reactor power tap, right? And what we'll say is, you know, you're gonna be like when you're less than 20%, and then you will be so we're going to want to invert this, right? Yes. So what we'll want to have then on the down, let's make sure that you're a strong signal. And then if we got a redstone torch, boom, right? Now, when he drops below 20%, it'll turn on, right? Okay. And then you on the down will be, since these two are connected to each other, I don't think we need to change different channels. And then on this side will be a sensor, and I'll make you 80%. Cool. So when you're at 80% or more, right, you turn on, right? So then, like, you know, if we were to void this energy now, see? Cool. And then if we turn on the reactor, what'll happen is once it hits 20%, this will turn off. And then once we hit 80%, that'll turn on. Cool? At least that's the theory. I wish I could read the actual value here. Oh, we can see it there. See? Look, it just passed 20%. See? And the light's off. Cool. And then once we hit 80%, which will be what? 16-ish? 17-ish? So once we hit around 17 up here, this signal should turn on, and that'll be cool. I like it. I think that's super neat. Let's just validate. We'll see in a second. And then we just need some kind of toggle latch here, which may need to be vanilla redstone. Which means I'm going to have to go Google how to make a toggle latch on vanilla redstone. Hey, why you know... that's annoying. So what I should be able to do maybe is... I'll figure it out. That should have worked. I wonder if that's a laser IO bug, because that should be working. So how about on the down, we'll move you to the east. Oh, you know why? Because it's not set to output. There's your problem. Down. Ah, there we go. Yeah. It just needed to be set to output. Duh. Direwolf, have faith in your own mod. Yeah, you know. All right, so that would be our kill switch to turn off the reactor then, right? That could be super fun. Let's make sure we try and stay within the chunk here. But yeah, we'll do something like this. And then something like this, and then we can do some kind of, you know, toggle latch. So let me see what I've got by way of redstone-y. I don't see a whole lot. Let me see what I got, and then we'll be back. Cool. All right, I think I did it. Let's see if I'm right. So I'm going to trash can this, but I want to slowly extract, right? So we're going to trash can with a laser node. So on the opposite side, you will be an extract. 1,000 architect should be fine, right? And then let's get 2 more of you if I can. Missing redstone, probably accurate. I could probably get 2 more of you now. Yeah, just barely. Okay. So on the down will be an insert. So what should happen now is we should be draining 1,000 architect. Can I get like a couple overclockers? Would that be too much to ask? Apparently not. Okay. How about 10,000 architect? That seemed pretty good. All right, so what should happen is once we pass 17, okay, this one should turn off and it should have no effect on the signal. You ready? So once we pass... There we go. See, the laser turned off, but the signal didn't change. And it won't change until we go below... I'm going to make it 50 for the moment. Okay, so that'll be, what, 10 and a half-ish? And then when this turns off, that'll turn this redstone signal on, turning the whole thing off, turning that on over there. You ready? Do it. So as soon as we pass 10 and a half, boom. There you go. Now the reactor's on, we should be generating power. See, we have a net gain happening. Now when this turns off, it will not affect the signal. See? The signal didn't change because of this torch keeping it on. Okay? But as soon as we pass the correct value, which is going to be, what, 17, 18-ish again? It should turn on this signal, turning off this torch, turning off that torch. Boom. And now the reactor's offline. Right? How cool is that? And then, you know, and remember it has like residual heat. So like as it cools off, it generates a little bit more power. Right? And then, you know, we turn it back on. Okay. He's still off, but then as soon as this thing triggers, he should turn on the reactor. And now the reactor's running and generating power once more. Cool, right? All right, so that's, you know, I'm sure there's a more compact way to do this. Dyer is not great at vanilla redstone. Everybody knows that. That's a thing that everybody knows. We all know, not good. But, you know, also not terrible. Right? Kind of not terrible. Right? And now the reactor is offline. Cool. Okay. So then I'm going to take you guys back out. We're gonna turn you offline. Okay. I could probably just leave that open for now. Only because we don't have the stuff needed, right? So now I'm going to take you and flux point you onto there. And now you should happily be flux plugging your reactor. Cool? And like everybody's groovy. Input building up. I assume you're good? Cool. And now I should also have no... Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Did you run out of kerosene? Yeah, you did. We need to make that automated, don't we? Yeah. I'm very used to the set it and forget it lights. I'm not used to the give it fuel lights. That's on me. That's a dire derp. Y'all can forgive me for that one, right? Okay. As soon as he drops below 1,000, I can throw another bucket in there. And then another to-do shortly will be automating this such that it's always kept lit, right? Or I could just place torches down here. You know, there's also that option. That'll hold me over for a little bit at least. Okay, is it almost nighttime? It is. So if I do this... and then that should pass the night quickly. Okay, so now we've got that cooking. Oh, the reason I went into my basement was to reinsert the infinite range guy. Okay, so I can take these out and then throw this in there. And now we've got infinite wireless range. You should have no problem keeping up with power. 4,160 RF per tick. And then this thing also should have no problem because when he kicks on, he's gonna be cool, right? Bam, bam. That's so cool. I love that. I love that ring. That is just the funnest thing to do stuff with. It is super cool. Okay, cool. So this stuff can all go away. Organizing inventory real quick. Yep. I mean, we have infinite range on the thing. Not cross-dimensional range yet, but we'll get there, right? So again, as soon as this drops below the threshold, it will turn on the reactor, and then when it goes above the threshold, it'll turn off the reactor. I think that's cool. Lots of people ask me to make it so that like LaserIO can natively do stuff like this, or emit inverse signals, or all that. I don't want LaserIO to be a redstone manipulation mod. I want LaserIO to be an items, energy, fluid, and redstone transmission mod. So if you want to manipulate redstone, use one of the many other mods that allows you to do that, or use vanilla redstone. Like, all I want LaserIO to do is like send redstone signals from one node to another, and like emit redstone signals under certain conditions, like reading inventory, fluid, and energy levels, like it can do. So I just don't want it like to do that. Also, because the very little bit of redstone code I had to touch to make this thing do what it does already was horrifying. So I don't want to touch any more redstone code. It made me cry. Yeah, so... Alright, I think it's a wrapping up point for the episode, so Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll come back next time now that we have infinite RF. We should be able to do more cool stuff. For now, take it easy.